In today's lesson, we'll be looking to see if the students will learn to think analytically at the symbolic level. This will be done through a dynamic assessment, which will begin with a pre-test, teaching the mediation phase, and ending with a post-test. The goal of this dynamic assessment is to find the highest level at which the child is able to perform analogical reasoning. We'll begin our pre-test with simple numbers and shapes. I'll ask the student, do you like to solve problems? Let me tell you a problem. Let's use numbers. If I have the numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, what should come next? Correct. The number 10 should come next, as it is a pattern of even numbers, or skip counting by 2. Now we'll try to work with shapes. Let's look at a triangle, square, and a triangle. What would be the next shape? Correct. The next shape should be a square. Once we reviewed these simple patterns of numbers and shapes, we'll move on to the mediation phase, working with shapes. In the mediation phase, the child is asked to use the shapes to make figure 4, which is missing, differ in a way from figure 3, the same way that figure 2 differs from shape 1. They'll be using these shapes or multiple shapes at the bottom to find out what the fourth figure should be. What is the first shape? We have a square. The second piece is a square with a circle on top of it. You can see under the number 2. Let's call this a square with a circle. Our third piece, under number 3, is a triangle. The fourth piece is missing, so let's use these shapes to make the fourth piece so that it will differ from piece 3 in the same way that piece number 2 differs from piece number 1. First, what is the difference between piece number 1 and number 2? Correct. Piece number 1 is a square, and piece number 2 is a square with a circle on top of it. So the second piece differs from the first piece by a circle. Now let's use these shapes to make the fourth piece so that it will differ from piece number 3, the same way that piece number 2 differs from piece number 1. Correct. Piece number 4 should be a triangle with a circle. A triangle with a circle differs from piece number 3 the same way that piece number 2 differs from piece number 1, which is a circle. Now we will move on to the post-test. I will give you the same problem, but there will be no visual pieces shown to you. I will tell you what the first, second, and third pieces are, and you will tell me what the fourth piece is. Listen carefully. The fourth piece should differ from piece number 3 the same way that piece number 2 differs from piece number 1. Here are the shapes: circle, circle with a cross, and a square. I will keep asking the student what the first, second, and third pieces are to ensure that they have memorized them. Now, tell me what the fourth piece should be. Correct. The fourth piece should be a square with a cross. The conclusion can be made if the problem is solved correctly that the child can solve at the symbolic level. The assessment is finished.